YouTube. This is New York Sophisticate, and it's been such a long time since I've been online at all. Um, I look completely different than my last two videos that I recorded almost 3 years ago. I'm coming back to you as God has placed on my heart to begin making videos again. So that's what I plan on doing. Uh, Pardon, I'm trying to adjust. I have an iPad and I don't know exactly where the camera is, so it looks like I'm not looking in the camera. But anyway, so I wanted to come to you just as a fresh start, as a new person, as a new woman, just to have a channel to discuss different topics. I want to talk about hair. I want to talk about health. I want to talk about God. I want to talk about just various topics that God places upon my heart. So I just wanted to make an introductory video and just kind of talk about some things that have happened to me since the last time that I posted a video. So it is now 2015. It's December 13th, 2015, and it's almost been 2 years since I relocated back to New York, where I'm from. If you watch my previous videos, you will see that I used to live in the DMV area. I used to live in Maryland. I was doing well out there. I was very successful. I was making great money. Everything was going great. And then, bam, life just changed. Life just changed. And I literally was snatched out of a situation by God. So just opening up, basically, I was in a relationship that was not blessed by God. It was definitely against God. And I've been in this relationship for years and years and years. Actually, I was in a homosexual relationship. I've been in them since I was 17 years old, and I am now 31. So at the time, I was 29. I began feeling convicted around the age of 27, 28. But I've always been the type of person that I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. I was worried about other people's feelings and not really worried about God's. And I would be tormented. I would have nightmares. I would have bad dreams. God would always tell me things. I've been in car accidents where I almost died, like really bad, where the car like flipped on the highway. I've been in a car accident that was on Christmas. I've been in a car accident on Thanksgiving. Just all these signs. And it wasn't until I actually had a situation at my job where I was assaulted by one of the residents there. I was a therapist there, and I was assaulted by one of the residents there. And then it was a whole big thing. It was a lawsuit because my company, they blamed me for it, and I sued them, and it was just tumultuous. So that happened in August 2013. October, I started not feeling well. My legs started burning. I couldn't eat. I was 140 pounds, the highest I ever been. I was thick. Finally, I was thick because I've been thin all my life. And I began to lose weight at a rapid pace. I began having such symptoms as brain fog, and I couldn't work anymore. I went to several doctors. I went to Johns Hopkins. I went to University of Maryland. I even went to Laurel Hospital, Jesus. And anybody who lives in Maryland knows Laurel Hospital. Like, you might as well just ask them to kill you. Because it is dirty in there. I'm surprised it didn't come out with a staph infection. But anyway, glory be to God. So my mother said to me, she said, Nessa, you need to come home. You need to come home. And I did not want to come home because I didn't want to feel like a failure. I didn't want to leave the woman that I was with at the time. But I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I heard God's voice tell me, this is your last and final straw. This is the last thing. You need to come home, and you need to come home now. And so I didn't feel supported by the woman I was with either. Once I became sick, it seemed as though she became detached. She said I complained too much and there was nothing wrong with me, and this is a person who I've known for like 3 years and took care of, who wasn't working for probably a year and a half out of the 3 years we were together. And then as soon as she was up and she was working and doing well, and I wasn't, she just was just a different person. So God revealed to me who she was. And at that time, I went to her and I said, listen, I'm leaving. I'm packing my bags. I'm moving back to New York. I'm going back to my mother where she can support me, where I can find a doctor who can find out what's wrong with me, because this is not normal that I can't eat and that my legs are on fire. So it was hard for me to do because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. I really, really did not want to leave, but I had to leave. So I left. I came back home. For the first time in my life since I was 14, I wasn't working at all. I've never not worked, ever. I was bedridden. I was on medications. I seen a neurologist. I got a second opinion. I didn't have MS. And then I prayed to God and I asked God, I said, God, what is wrong with me? And no lie, he tells me, remove gluten from your diet. I'm like, gluten? What the heck is gluten? Remove gluten from your diet. So I researched it. Come to find out it's a protein in wheat. And people who have celiac disease, it is an autoimmune disease, and they are gluten intolerant. So I removed gluten from my diet, after Christmas, because I had all these symptoms. My legs was burning. I had sores in my mouth. I lost 25 pounds. So now I'm like $115. I had all these rashes on my body, stomach pain, pain on my right side, my liver, just all these crazy things. I removed it from my diet, and I didn't realize the correlation with my legs burning. They stopped burning, but I didn't realize it. So, but my stomach stopped hurting. That's what I was focused on. My stomach stopped hurting. I didn't have these splitting headaches. And I didn't seem like in a fog, brain fog. Like I really just did not have a clear mind for probably about 4 months. It was like tunnel vision, or like, I don't even know how to describe it. But anyway, my pain kind of like subsided. I removed dairy. One day I was on Facebook. I joined a fibromyalgia group because I was told that I had fibromyalgia. At one point, I couldn't even put lotion on my skin because it was too painful, from nerve pain, from inflammation. One day I'm scrolling on Facebook and I see if I'm on a fibromyalgia group, and somebody put dairy causes inflammation in the body. Now, during this time, I was juicing. I had kale, which is anti-inflammatory, turmeric, anti-inflammatory, but I was still ingesting dairy. As soon as I removed the dairy, like 2 days later, no pain at all, no joint pain, no inflammation. I could touch my own body without crying, like literally put lotion on without crying. And all of this is happening while I'm bedridden. I'm still in a relationship, so we're long distance now. Now I'm not getting phone calls. I'm not getting responses. I'm Valentine's Day, I got nothing. And I just came to the point, like, God is revealing who this person is, but more so, he's revealing your purpose. He's revealing your purpose to you. In order to reach your purpose, you have to let this person go. You have to let this lifestyle go. You have to pray for true deliverance. And so I text the person and I said, listen, this isn't working. I've never broken up with anybody. I always force people to break up with me, so I don't feel like I left them. But this is the first time in my life I said, listen, this isn't working. You're not giving me what I need. And I'm just in a different place right now. No lie. We broke up through text message. I was heartbroken. But when I say the next day the brain fog lifted, I had a clear mind. I could have a conversation with somebody without thinking about what I need to say or without staring into space. I was able to just read and have an understanding, it was like God was like, you listened to me, you were obedient to me, and now I am going to open up everything for you. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to open up your mind. I'm going to bless your spirit. I'm going to do all of these things, good works in your life, because you were obedient. So I applied for a job. I got the job. And that's another thing. I felt like I was too good to apply for secretarial jobs or just hourly jobs. I'm like, I was a therapist. I was making $70,000. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not applying to this. And it got to the point where I'm laying up in my mother's bed at 29 years old with no job. My friends giving me money. And I couldn't survive. I had to rely on my mother. So I humbled myself. I applied for all of these secretarial jobs and all of these hourly jobs. And do you know what? I applied for a therapist job at a school. And they called me. And not only did they call me, they offered me the job the same day. And not only did they offer me the job, they gave me my requested salary. So I sum this video up to say, there will be a continuation, but I sum this video up to say is, be obedient. What I have learned the most is to be obedient to God, and God will bless you abundantly. I don't know all these Bible scriptures and all of this. I'm newly saved. I've been saved probably about three months now. So I don't know all the scriptures, but I know that scripture says that he will bless you abundantly and that you have to be obedient. And so a lot of my videos will spin off of this, where I will be talking about my health challenges. I will be talking about my walk with God. I will be talking about my relationships with people, how they have changed, and just other things that God just impresses upon my heart. So I say all that to say is, thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to just be just naked, just spiritually naked, and just be able to just tell my story. I'm sure some people will judge me and will write comments and stuff like that, but I want to let you know that I walk boldly in my truth. There is nothing you can write in the comment section about me that's going to discourage me or tear me down, because I know where God brought me from, and I'm hoping that this video can deliver somebody else. So you go in peace. Thank you, and God bless, and I will see you soon.